Welcome to the Crimson Tide Connection, your home for Crimson Tide sports. And I'm joined today by the head coach of the Alabama women's golf team, Mick Potter. Coach, thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Christopher.
Coach, you traveled to Hilton Head, South Carolina this past weekend to the Darius Rucker Intercollegiate to take on lots of great teams there. Your team going into that final day shot one of the best rounds of the day at +7 to overtake 36-hole leader Vanderbilt and also LSU, who was in second place. It was a pretty exciting day, that final day of the tournament, wasn't it?
Well, it was an exciting ending, more exciting than I'd like it to be.
Right.
We dug ourselves a pretty sizable hole on the first day. We were only 4 back, but we shot 13 over, which is pretty uncharacteristic of our team. Played pretty well the second day, but actually lost ground to Vanderbilt. And really, with a couple holes left yesterday, we were still behind. But that's the great thing about our team, and having won the national championship and learning what it takes to hang in there at the end, and because you never know what's going to happen. And they applied those experiences very well yesterday. Minimized their mistakes and got the job done at the end, and just allowed the other teams to make bigger mistakes. So it all worked out. And at the same time, we got some things we got to work on and improve on if we're going to be better. So,
as you said, your team has kind of been in that position before, actually even in the national championship behind, and they were able to come back. So I know that's a great experience, but as you said, you don't want it to come down like that. I know you want this team to play that way that they played on the last day from start to finish.
Well, as a coach, I mean, you have this vision or this standard that you'd like your team to play to, and we are still making little mistakes that are definitely curable. But you got to remember it's early in the year. The conditions haven't been great, and at Long Cove you combine a great diabolical golf course with windy, cold conditions and a lot of hole locations that you just can't go at. You have to leave yourself 30, 40-foot putts for birdie. So scoring is going to be rough, and I think our girls are experienced enough to know that they have to minimize their mistakes and just hang in there.
Coach, even though it wasn't the best of conditions there at Hilton Head in South Carolina, you had 5 golfers finish in the top 17. So you do have to kind of be pleased with that, I think, don't you?
I am, and we have a lot of depth on our team. We have a lot of experience on our team, and to me, the best teams in college golf are the ones that have the most depth. So if we can have our 5th player in the top 20, and Daniela Lendl has finished in the top 20 2 out of 3 times this spring, that's going to, depth-wise, going to mean a lot to us because we have All-Americans on our team at the front end. So.
Speaking of the front end, Stephanie Meadows shot a 77 in the first round. It's kind of rough for her, but she battled back and shot -5 the last 2 days. You have to be pleased with her. What did you see from her that was different those second and third days versus that first day?
Well, she had a very uncharacteristic chipping and putting day the first day, and her short game is usually phenomenal. Didn't chip the ball particularly well, but she had some 3 putts and actually a 4 putt the first day. And it's tough going back where you're defending the championship, your kind of hometown in the United States anyway. A lot of pressure on her, and sometimes you have to learn those lessons, and the key is how you bounce back and recover from it. And obviously she bounced back very well with a bogey-free 4-under par 67 yesterday.
Coach, also you've had the emergence of Emma Talley. What has she meant from this team, just to kind of her to come in as a freshman and be able to contribute the way that she has?
Well, we obviously had to replace Brooke Pancake, and that's hard to do for a freshman. And she has done a remarkable job of filling that gap, filling that void. But she has great experience. She's played in 2 U.S. Opens, made the cut in one of the most decorated junior golfers really in the history of the American Junior Golf Association. So she has the credentials, but it's always a transition from high school, junior to college golf. And your ability to handle that, I think, is really important. And Emma's a great girl and really wants to learn and wants to get better, and she's done a fantastic job of assimilating herself into college life.
Well, Coach, as you said, you had to replace Brooke Pancake this year, but also a position that you've been looking to fill is that number 5 spot. And you've had Daniela Lendl kind of step up, and she's been able to kind of solidify that role. Just talk about her and how important is it to have someone kind of step up and fill that role?
Well, it's really important because, you know, you have 4 good players, but everybody in golf especially doesn't have a great day every day. So having her there, and she had her lowest round the first day of the tournament and really kept us sort of in contact with the leaders at least, even though we weren't having our best day. And then a final round 70 at Puerto Rico. We won that tournament by 13, and she was right there at the end under pressure. You know, I think we were maybe had a little bit of a lead going into the final round, but yeah, and having 5 players that can compete for a championship, and you know, I felt like going into the tournament, she was capable of winning the tournament individually, and that's how well she's hitting the ball and putting. So experience now is the biggest thing for her. Getting in action like yesterday pays big dividends in the future.
Well, Coach, you had some rough conditions, you said, this past weekend playing there at Hilton Head in South Carolina. You head down to Gainesville, Florida this weekend for the Gator Women Invitational. How do you feel like this course and maybe those conditions suit your team? Do you feel like it would be probably better conditions this weekend?
Well, I always feel early in the spring, the more difficult the conditions, the better for us. So now if we go somewhere and it's nice, it's going to seem easy to us. And I believe in making practice more difficult than the actual competition. So what we saw in New Orleans and at South Carolina are going to pay big dividends. The University of Florida course is a really neat little golf course. It's not much land. The holes are close to each other. Greens are small, but hard and fast. So it's important to drive it in the fairway so you can spin the ball going into the greens. It's important to be able to chip because you're going to miss some greens, and capitalizing on your birdie opportunities will be really important. We've had some success there in the past, and some of these girls will be able to draw on that.
Well, Coach, congratulations on capturing the Darius Rucker Intercollegiate Championship this past weekend, and good luck as you travel down to Florida to Gainesville this weekend.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Coach. We'll have a full recap on RollTide.com from the team's performance this weekend. But for now, for head coach Mick Potter, I'm Christopher England, and that's it for this edition of the Crimson Tide Connection.